Om Tvameva Mata Cha Pita Tvameva Tvameva Bandhuscha Shakha Tvameva Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvang Mama Deva Deva. Thou my mother, thou my father, thou my friend and companion, thou my knowledge, thou my wisdom, thou my everything, O Lord of Lords. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. So now we are on aphorism number 48. We are continuing where Narada, our page number was 118. We last ended on page 118. Last time the subject of discussion was who can cross Maya? And from that perspective, Narada gives so nice suggestions. Suggested that we have read in verse number 46 that it is who can give up sangang stajuti, those who can give up their association with the worldly objects, yo mahanubhavam sivate, those who can worship great souls, mahanubhav, or the great ideologies. Those who become nirmamo bhavati, become egoless, no sense of me and mine. Then 47 verse we read, yo vivikto sthanang sevate, one who enjoys the place of isolation or in remote silence. Yo lokabandham unmulayati, the bondage, the tie of the worldly people, he or she cuts them asunder. Nistraigunna bhavati, becomes beyond the three gunas, sattva, rajas and tamas. They can go beyond this. And also, they are so great that yoga kshemam tyajati, those who give up their effort to collect for their rainy days and that to preserve what they have. This type of effort is also given up. And that is person who can conquer or go beyond Maya. Yah karma phalang tyajati, who gives up the results of their karma. That was 48 verse, which we are continuing. Yah karma phalam tyajati, who does karma but gives up its results. And karmani sangnasati, even he gives us his all karma for God only. Their only work becomes thinking of God and getting absorbed in God. And those who become yo nirdando bhavati, those who become beyond the dualities of good and bad, pleasure and pain, gain and loss, heat and cold, sorrows and suffering. So these are the people who can go beyond the duality. So we are reading that 48 verse. Who is indeed those people can cross this Maya? First point, Yah karma phalam tajati, he who gives up the karma follow, not the karma first, but the karma follow, the results, karma follow, fruits of his actions. And then renounces all selfish activities, of course. Karma fall is given, and also emphasizing there is no self motivation of behind any karma. And the third point, the passes beyond the pairs of opposites. So that is our discussion. And we have read that the freedom from law of karma will come, cannot come as long as we are bound by this law of karma. For every action or thought not only produces happiness or misery according to the nature of our actions and thoughts, but also impressions in our minds and tendencies, which causes us to remain subject to birth and death. So this is if we keep the karma with us, this is the problem. When we keep the karma, it is karma result, it is touching our mind, and every action or thought is producing immediate action or reaction. That is, either it gives us joy or it frustrates us, either it brings happiness or we feel lost. But moreover, it goes deeper down into the heart. That level of deep impression is created inside. So that is the nature of action and thought. So how to get out of the impression? Because of rebirth is happening because of impression. Again and again, that is forcing us. That builds up our character. What is the repeated thought that creates our character? And that forces us to behave in one way or the other. So this is the problem. So therefore, the bhakta, a devotee, will make an effort to give up the fruits of his actions. And not only that, freedom from the law of karma does not mean we have to give up actions or stop thinking. That is not, that Gita also does not suggest, that you should not give up your actions. So long you are living in the world, you should do that type of work which can free you from bondage. Not karma, but that's why karma phala is important, not the karma. Then he says this, it is our attachment to the action and to the fruits of our action that is the cause of our bondage. Karma does not do any wrong unless we are bound, we are born slaves of our karma because we wish something to happen because of our karma. But those are the greatest fortunate devotees who gives up their all desires at the feet of the Lord and only does whatever happens. Okay, this karma has come and I do it. They don't run after karma. They don't run after the karma. Neither they avoid karma. Whatever comes, they take it in a nice spirit that it is God's. Lord has put before me this responsibility. Do it and hands up. Do it and hands up. They don't carry on the identification with it. So we read that from the Bhagavad Gita. Swami referred on page 118. The calm of surrender, self-surrender, you can free yourself from the bondage of virtue and vice during this very life. Devote yourself, therefore, to reaching union with Brahman, to unite the heart with Brahman, and then act. That is the secret of non-attached one. Here is the Gita is giving us the suggestion that unite the heart with Brahman and then go on acting. That is the secret. In the calm of surrender, the seer renounces the fruits of their action. When surrender comes, naturally, the person who is practicing spiritual discipline or bhakti They will renounce the fruits of the action, and thereby they will reach enlightenment. Then they are free from the bond of rebirth and pass to that state which is beyond all evil. So that much we read. Now we read this last part. Thus it is that the devotee's whole life becomes an unending ritual, since every action is performed as worship, not in the hope of personal gain or advantage. So this is the beauty. Life goes on and everyone have to do work. Even you are sleeping, that's a work. You are breathing, that's a work. You are walking, that's a work. You are just eating, that's a work. You are talking, that's a work. No one can stop a moment being not doing anything. But what happens? Our attachment. So thus the devotee life becomes unending puja. It is a worship, unending. From morning on, every moment, do whatever comes, but don't get with it. Don't get attached to it. It has come, you did your best, boom, gone. So mind is totally free and calm. We carry our past. Our problem is that we carry our past. We carry our effects of thinking, I did that. Why did I do that? And what shall it happen? What is here? Much surrender is the question. Everything is offered every day. Ita Purvam, that's why there is a prayer, no? After the home of fire, we chant this mantra. Ita Purvam Dana Buddhi Deho Dharmadhikarata Jagrat Sapna Susupti Avasthasu Manasha Vacha Karmana Hastabhyang Padvyang Udarena Shishna Jatkritam Jaduktam Jasmitam Tat Sarvam Brahmarpanam Bhavatu Swaha. What a grand mantra the our puja, worship people do at the end of the home of fire. They say, eat up purvam, till now, whatever I have done, eat up purvam, I have done by prana, my living, prana buddhya, deho, buddhi, my intellect, and I am by my intelligence, prana buddhya, eat up purvam, prana buddhi, deho dharma adhikarati. Deho dharma means this body, its hunger, its thirst, its eating, its sloping, its walking, whatever is been done through the body, deho dharma. It's in this body forces us to do something. Because you are in the body, you will have to eat something, you will have to do something, you will have to go somewhere. So this is when done, action is unending ritual. So whatever I have done, ita purvam, up to this point, ita purvam prana buddhi, deho dharma adhikara, jagrot, whatever I have done in my waking state, when I am walking, when I just coming up from sleep, and I am doing now, till now, jagrot, sapna, I went to bed and dreamed something good or bad. It's not my doing. It's whatever I have done in the dream even or in deep sleep, susupti avasthas. What have I done by manasa, mentally? I thought, I acted on imagination or it's mental brooding. So, mana, then prana buddhi deho dharma adhikarata jagrat sapna susupti avasthas, manasa, vacha by speech, karmana by my action. Jatkritam, whatever I have done. Jaduktam, what I have said. Jasmitam, what I am in my memory I thought. And whatever, all my organs, with my hand, with my eyes, with my ears, with my mouth, with my nose, whatever I have done, I offer everything at the feet of the Lord. In Brahman, in Brahman. in the fire of Brahman. Mang Madiyancho, me and my all actions. Mang Madiyancho, Sri Ramakrishna or Brahma Charane Samarpaye, I surrender. This is the point. Then what happens? We make distinction that I am in the shrine room and I am doing puja. I woke up and I went to meditate in my shrine room, and rest of the time I am working. This distinction vanishes. That's also worship. This is also worship. So this is the idea to be kept in mind, and that is the person becomes free. That's it. No karma pulls them in any other direction. So to many people, non-attachment suggests indifference, laziness, or fatalism. We have to understand. Normally, if someone says, I am getting attached, so then I don't work. No, you cannot remain without working. Your thinking is a work. Your brooding over is a work. So be engaged in action. It is not indifference means it is non-attachment suggested that indifference. I don't care. Someone is hungry, and I am practicing spirituality. I don't care. I don't care for that. No, that's why Swami Vivekananda made us responsible for everyone's suffering, to help, to move forward, to do something for who are in need, in suffering, who are suffering from not getting education, give them education. Who are hungry, give them food. Who are sick, give them medicine and diet. So this is therefore be active but detached. That's the freedom. There is the glory of human personality. You are free not to be attached, but you will be doing work joyfully. Therefore, we find in our great Swamis, we have seen how they work day and night, how much work they can do. But they're never tired because they are doing puja. Why will you be tired if you love God and you are being given the opportunity to do puja? If you don't love God, then it is your torture. Even if you love someone, what happens? You slave for that. You don't find any difficulty for doing work for that whom you love. You can walk 10 miles. You can remain whole night awake because you love someone. Mother loves the baby. Baby is sick. So mother remains whole night awake. Does he do any effort? But if someone is hired, rented, or asked to be paid, then if it's 7 hours duty, 8 hours goes, 1 hour he will fight. Give me money. But here love drags you. We love God and we are tired of working. Why? So devotees should not.
You like, but after puja cleaning is tiring.
Whatever, that's also puja. No difference. That's why this idea. You are becoming Trigunatito. You are crossing Maya. You are not ordinary class of person. So we should have to understand that. This is good for others. There's nothing wrong from their level. But here the goal is for a devotee who will be crossing Maya, never to be bound by this Maya. So if that is the problem, that is your goal, so your sacrifice should be that. You cannot say like that. You're as high as your goal, so much sacrifice, greater sacrifice is needed. And it is no sacrifice. You love God, you know that you are doing for God, not for this person, that person, who is your boss, who is your immediate, who is doing some mischievous thing. It is not that consideration does not come for a person who is striving to go beyond Maya. So this is a very important point, that it does not mean that inaction. It does not mean that I am indifferent to the world. But it is that it is sincere working. Every moment's work is like offering to God. So actually, non-attachment is the very opposite of indifference. It is a positive virtue, born of devotion to God. Through the practice of non-attachment and selfless service, the devotee free himself from the will of cause and effect, deed and reward, and obtains the infinite. So you can mention that they can find it through.
Yeah, we gave the link. It's just it's not working on the main channel. Not
Okay.
working at all. I told him it's too late. It's already
Yeah, forget that then.
half over. Just why it's not working.
Anyhow, so let them, if they want, they can come over here. Okay. That's why the point, very important point is that to many people, non-attachment suggests indifference. That is the problem. Or it is laziness. Or it is fatalistic. That, oh, my fortune, what did I do? Why I am to work so hard? Why others are enjoying relaxation and I am working. So these are the true. In the worldly sense, it is true. Justice. It should be equality. But in spiritual domain, this formula does not work. It is only that it is unending service to God. Everything we do, every breath, breathing, every breath we live, it is only for God realization, or it is my fortune, it is offering a flower. Everything I do, this failure, offer a flower. Finish, detach. But do your best, detach. Do whenever good, offer it. So that is a great teaching, and to go beyond Maya will be there. Otherwise, we carry our failures, frustrations, joys, and and neither indifferent, neither it is laziness, neither it is we say fatalistic. Now the last point was that he who possesses, who can cause the Maya, the last point was that passes beyond the pairs of opposites. Because we live in the pairs of opposites all the time. Happiness and joy, and the success and failures. But you have to try the best and just give up. And remain unaffected. Think of God. Mainly you focus your mind in God, do your best in your work, and just relax. Don't be bothered by its success or its failure. So pairs of opposites. Heat and cold, pleasure and pain, success and failures, and so forth. The pairs of opposites, they are experienced as long as you live in the world of the senses. You will have it. You are a Brahmajnani or you are an ordinary person. The world follows its own rules. You will be successful, you will be failure. You will be gaining somewhere, you will be losing somewhere. So it is said, don't get attached. So Sri Krishna teaches in the Bhagavad Gita that we know. Sri Krishna says, what? A serene spirit accepts pleasure and pain with an even mind and is unmoved by either. He alone is worthy of immortality. That means whose mind is calm and serene. He is the person who is worthy of immortality. All the time disturbed in the mind for this world's actions and reactions. That is opposed to the path of practicing immortality. Be even tempered in success and failure, for it is this earnestness, evenness of temper which is meant by yoga. So yoga means your mind should be even, steady, and it will not be bumping. Raja Yoga says, Asantasya kutas where is the happiness of a person? We read in the Bhagavad Gita in the morning, Asantasya kutas sukham. Where is the happiness of a person who is restless in the mind. Huh? But the main question is how to gain this poise in the midst of opposites. I understand this is an ideal condition. This is an experiment. Now, just now. What can you do? You can be frustrated, you can cry and weep and this and that. Oh, why did it happen? No, did my best. Think of God, give it to God. Finish. Be happy. Be your own self. Why it will force you to play on your mind and put yourself to much frustration and forget God. Main thing, forget God. How we can be connected with God is the question. But the main question is how to gain this poise in the midst of the opposites of life. Life will continue, its opposite will continue, but how you can learn to be in poise. That's why Arjuna was given so great. Why? Arjuna was to fight and keep the poise there. Where killing is going on. It's not an ordinary, simple spiritual discussion going on with little failure, success, these, that. Wow, you are fighting and you are killing people and your friends and your relatives and there you keep your mind in peace. How? That means in life's struggles, everyone can be a yogi in the meditation hall. Say 100 people are meditating. Now it is meditation centers everywhere, everyone is adept in meditation. So it's very easy to just close eyes and sit like this. But when the problems of life come, in the face of the problem and his turmoil, there who is calm and serene. So that is, Sri Krishna stands there unique as an example. In any position, see, you will never find Krishna's face has become the Rama's face. Natatha kibanavasa dukkhata. When he was given the declaration that Rama will be the king, coronation, that ceremony, big thing, he did not fuss in joy. And when next morning, suddenly, everything was, whole city is getting ready to have the ceremony of Rama being the king from tomorrow. Father Dasharatha is giving his all responsibility to Rama and he will retire. And that time came from Dasharatha. He had to go 14 years of exile in the forest, living in the forest. Oh my God, what would have happened to anybody? But natatha banavasa dukkhata. Now mamlo. Mamlo means the face didn't turn any sour. It was same bright brilliance. Okay, this is the example of Rama's life, Krishna's life. They are the ideal. And that should be, evenness should be there. The main question, then my master taught, my master means Swami Brahmananda, told, hold on to the pillar of God. In India, children, as they hold on to the pillar, they cannot fall. That means there is a play. They hold on to the pillar and go round. If you don't hold on to pillar, you will fall down. After some time, your head will be reeling and you may fall down. But someone holds the pillar, hold on to feet of God, and then rotate. Whatever happens, happens. Focus is in God. Focus is in God. If you thus hold the pillar of God, then even storm and stress will not be able to upset you. Thing will come, but it will not be able to disturb. Furthermore, the great secret is to be free from sense that I am the doer. But this freedom from the sense of I and mine or I am the doer is a high state. However, the more you think of God, the more love for Him will grow. Your ego will become less and less. So hold on to the pillar of God. That's the point. Main idea is that how one can focus on God in every aspect And any action is doing, offer everything as an offering to God every moment. And everything is given, then there is not your problem. Success is not yours, failures is not yours. Because you have done only for God, you are for God. And success and failure, it belongs to Him who has given you the work and you tried your best, whatever happened. So this is the whole Karma Yoga ideal, and also here has been mentioned in the Bhakti Yoga, not Bhakti Yoga, the highest of Bhakti school ideas according to Narada Rishi, the sage Narada Rishi. So this is the end of 48th verse. That means who 3 points here have been mentioned, 3 points. One, who can give up, do karma, and offer the karma, result of karma, and give up karmani, so-called karma, which is selfish work that are motivated by my ego. Give up that. Don't do that karma. I do. I am the doer. So that doership is the cause of suffering and ignorance. And tato nirdanda. And then go beyond danda, the duality, gain, loss, etc. Now 49 verse. Who can cross the Maya also? That is also this coming on the verse number 49. But it says, Vedanapi sangnasati kevalam avichinna nuragam lavati. So he also give up Vedanapi means Vedas. Vedas means Veda has two segments. One is called the portion where karma, you do this jagna, you do this sacrificial fire, you go to heaven, you do this, you become a king, you do this, you will become a good, rich person, wealth. So Vedic karma kanda, that is in the Vedas, the two segments, first segment and last segment. First segment, it is said that Vedas, they will say that all this jagna. So you have to know how to do the sacrificial fire, how to put the design of what do you call the chakra, no? No, the in the homo fire we create the design. Yantra. To make the yantra. Then you have to how to put the pieces of wood in which direction, how many times, how many layers, how to put the corner designs. There are different ways of doing, and you have to do perfectly all those things. How you offer the mantra, how chanters will be chanting, all these formulas. This is for material gain. It's called karma kanda. These works are done with desiring some results, some material gain. So karmani vedanupi sangnasati. That means you give up those karma. Selfless karma. Come to the selfless karma. Because you are trying to reach Maya Tito state. If you don't, then do it.
But for our home fire, we don't ask for any material.
No. What do you know what we did ask? What do we do? It's Rama, Krishna, Puja and Homa, everything is done with the intention for two. What? For my spiritual growth and development, all the devotees will be uplifted in devotion and love for God. All the monks and manas, so monks and nuns will be elevated into the spirit of renunciation and the detachment. So this is our goal. It is no karma. Sakama is nothing there. We are not asking, oh God, bring us money, do this, do that. So then you are doing against this principle. So whatever every puja we do, we call it sankalpa, resolution. And then in that resolution, we say, today is this auspicious day of the 14th day of this lunar calendar. This this whatever auspicious day, and I am performing Ramakrishna Puja. What purpose? What are you doing? Why? For what is called Om Tat Sadaddo Falgune Masi Mesho Rasiste Vaskare Suklayang Pakse. In this moon calendar on this auspicious day, what? Ramakrishna Ashrito Bhakto, those are devotees, so that they may grow in love for God and devotion day by day. Their spiritual growth happens, and the monks become more renouncing. Their spirit of renunciation increases. They become detached from their action and they totally dedicate more. So this result, if anything result comes out of this worship or doing the home of fire, it is for these two goals. Bhakta, to develop the bhaktas, their spirit high, and the monks and manas, they become more renunciate. They become more steeped in absorption in God. So that is the purpose. That is not the Vedanupi Sangnasati means here. Give up those desireful activity. Your puja can be done the same way. You go in every temple when they give the puja, oh, give this puja for my well-being, for my son's health is bad, so the son will be cured from this disease. You go to temples in everywhere. You go to the Mary's temple. So many people go to Mother Mary for what? They're asking for liberation. What they pray? Oh, my financial, oh, Ma Mary, please help me. In Hinduism, more. They say, oh, Ma Kali, please make me pass my school examination. Let me pass my college. Let me have my thesis completed, and so I get a degree, PhD degree. Let my, what do you call, job come. So this is our expectation. So we go. There's nothing wrong, but that is not for the people who are talking here. There is a higher category of student. They say, oh, those things you did give up. A monk or a devotee with maturity, those who want to cross Maya, they will have to give up this sakama karma. So he who renounces the rites and ceremonies prescribed of the scriptures, well, that is the sakama karma. And kevalam, only avichinnam, uninterrupted, unuragang lavate. He attains uninterrupted love for God. And every moment, more love and more love and more love for God and God and God. Uninterrupted love for, unfaltering love for God. So that should be this verse number 49. We need to follow the injunctions of the scriptures and to practice page 119 of this book by Swami Prabhupada. We need to follow the injunctions of the scriptures and to practice spiritual disciplines until that supreme love arises in our hearts. This attainment of supreme love, as often pointed out, is identical with attaining the illumined knowledge of God, which means that such a person lives in unending blissful consciousness. What need then is there to follow the injunctions of the scriptures? Sakama karma, if you do, you will have to do very perfectly. But niskama karma, if you do, you need not have to follow all the very hard rules which has been mentioned in the puja book. Ramakrishna did puja. He was not following all the injunctions of the book. First he started with that. That was very good. But as he fell in love with Mother, Divine Mother, Kali, so what happened? Get absorbed and absorbed and absorbed. Then what happened? All the rituals automatically fell short of it. So, Kevala, only avichinna, uninterrupted, unuraga, love comes. Yo Vedanapi Sangnasati, he who gives up the Sakama karma, whatever they do, and Kevalam, Avichinnam, uninterrupted, endless love for God happens. They make an effort. So, here, next verse will say, Satarati, Satarati. Salukang starved. Oh, that is the person who can cross this Maya. We are talking about that. This is the person who can cross the Maya. He crosses or she crosses the Maya. And not only he himself or herself crosses the Maya, he can help others to cross the Maya also. By living their life, by attaining to that perfection, they help others to be perfected. That is the verse number 50. So we end to 50. We should mention this number here. Otherwise, no one will find any head and tail of it. So now, such a man indeed crosses this Maya and helps others to cross it. That means they become a blessing, who get the blessings of this type of bhakti. Bhakti makes them saturated with God because they have no other desire. Karma, ordinary karma, no. His life is unending worship. Whatever he is doing, he knows he is worshipping through his speech, to his action, to his look, to his breathing. Everything is for God, 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 God. Selfless. And then he become absorbed and absorbed and absorbed. As a result, he attains to that unending flow of love for God. Flow of God. Anuraga. Anuraga means just a stream of love flows. And that love is so powerful that it makes him free from all bondage. And he or she being free from bondage, he becomes a source of freedom for others. That's why we go to the holy people. When we go to the holy people, then in their presence, our mind gets uplifted. Holiness comes in our life more and more. So in the preceding three aphorisms, hints for spirituality, I'm reading on page 120 and verse number 50. Such a man indeed crosses this Maya and helps others to cross it. So in this procedure, in the preceding three aphorisms, hints for spiritual disciplines have been given. Let me now quote the words of Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita to remind readers what spiritual discipline an aspirant must undergo. What? These are the advice of Gita, Bhagavad Gita. Learn from me now, O son of Kunti, how man made perfect is one with Brahman, the goal of wisdom. When the mind and the heart are freed from delusion, 1 point. United with Brahman, 2. With steady will, 3. Has subdued the senses, 4. When sight and taste and sound are abundant, 5. Without regretting, 6. Without aversion, 7. When man seeks solitude, 8. Eats but little, curbing his speech, his mind and body, 9 or 10, 11. Ever engaged in meditation on Brahman with truth and full of compassion, when he casts from him vanity, violence, pride, lust, anger, and all that his possession, they're totally free from sense of ego and of tranquil heart, that man is ready for oneness with Brahman. So there he says, this type of person can be freed and they can go to identify with the Brahman. And he who dwells united with Brahman, calm mind, not grieving, not craving, regarding all men with equal acceptance, he loves me most dearly. In the 12th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, this verses have been translated. So the point is that if a devotee follows these disciplines, so these are not ordinary, so many qualities to be done, and in the Bhakti Yoga also the same quality. That's 12th chapter Bhakti Yoga, and this is Narada Bhakti Yoga. The Swami is trying to match those two ideas here. So if a devotee follows these disciplines, he attains supreme love and lives in a state of constant illumination. The illumined heart is liberated from bondage of Maya. Of course, only the illumined people, they can cross the Maya, goes beyond the Maya. Such a man alone experiences eternal joy. He becomes a true guru who helps others also to be liberated from the bondage of Maya. In the aphorism 39 to 42, which have been explained, Narada stresses the need of a guru, pointing out how through his grace a man attains liberation from the bondage of Maya. So, yes, it is we need a guidance from Guru, but who is a Guru? Who have crossed this Maya, who have attained this tranquility, who has attained perfect peace. In this connection, I must also point out that such great living souls purify the whole world. Not only they redeem some devotees who come for their liberation, but their presence itself makes the whole world spiritual, more spirit. As Sri Krishna says in the Srimad Bhagavatam, once my master, Swami Brahmananda, told me about Swami Premananda. He told about Swami Premananda, his brother disciple. What he said, see what a deep respect and understanding about the spiritual people. About Premananda, Swami Brahmananda is saying, quote, do you know what a great soul he is? What holiness has emanates? What holiness he emanates? In whichever direction his eyes look, that whole direction becomes purified. What a great statement about Swami Baburam Maharaj saying, Raja Maharaj saying to Prabhuvananda Swami, do you know this Baburam Maharaj, Premananda, what is he? Such an exalted person, he says, do you know what a great soul is he? Who he emits holiness, as if he stays there. Holiness is just emits from him, it just comes out of him. And in whatever direction he looks like this, everything becomes purified. Eyes look, all directions they become purified. After the many years since they are passing away, whenever I think of these disciples of Ramakrishna, I feel purified and can breathe holiness. See, I am also becoming holy, thinking of them. The fact is that the illumined souls do not unnecessarily have to talk or preach. Thoughts are contagious. Holiness is contagious. Contagious disease is there, no? COVID is a contagious disease. You need not have to do anything. Just you go, if I have some COVID, if I go to anyone, I will breathe in and out and they will get it. Similarly, spirituality can be like COVID. Spiritual COVID. Baburam Maharaj was spiritually carrying some COVID. What COVID? Of spirituality, of love, of tremendous wisdom for God. So God intoxication. And Maharaj is saying, whichever direction he looks like this, that everything becomes pure. Baba, their purity, impact of their purity.
So that one person, lady, bought food for Sri Ramakrishna, and that lady was not that holy. But then Holy Mother came and sat and looked at the food, and then it became
Made
holy,
it
and Sri
pure, yeah.
Ramakrishna could have it.
That you can say. She is referring to the story of Holy Mother was carrying the food plate for Ramakrishna in Dakshineshwar, and suddenly one lady came, Ma, will you give me the plate? I shall carry for Ramakrishna. So mother gave it to that lady, and that lady went to Ramakrishna's room and put where the seat was made, and then Ramakrishna will come and sit. And then he saluted the Sri Ramakrishna and went away. And after Holy Mother went after a long time, and then think that he has finished his meal, so he wanted to bring back the plates to clean that place and come. But she went and saw food is sitting over there as it is. Then he said, what? Why did you not eat? Then Ramakrishna complained, you know that I cannot eat food touched by anyone and everyone unless they are very pure. So why did you send it through her? Because he may have some bad karmas. So the Rama mother said that, okay, now come. But he was not coming, and then he said, okay, today you eat. Then, and some people think that Holy Mother came and purified the food by her presence. That's why Ramakrishna ate it. He said, I will not eat, but he ate afterwards. Then how can he eat? If he said, I cannot touch. And now he is touching, not only eating. Our Sridharananda Swami also gave a talk here about Holy Mother's power. There, he also mentioned this story that, Mother came and Mother purified the food. He's Soroshi, he's Bhuvaneshwari, she's the Mother of the universe. She withdraw whatever sin was there in the food. So, yes, you can say like that. The fact is that the illumined souls do not necessarily have to talk or preach. Their thoughts are contagious, holiness is contagious. Even if a holy man shuts himself in a room, his life, his holiness, his love for God will help all mankind. This help comes to those who open their hearts to receive the grace of God, who aspire to spiritual attainment. Thoughts of purity and holiness are in the atmosphere. Christ, Krishna, Buddha, Ramakrishna, and other great holy men and women, though not living in the physical body, are still helping and guiding mankind. Only we are not open. Here is my gross example is that what I prefer, I give many times, that all the channels are here. You bring a television and it has its capacity to receive all these vibrations. You can channel 500 channels, you can find it here now. Everything is here now. So everything, Christ is here now. Buddha is here now. Rama is here now. Krishna is here now. Only who is receptive to that in their heart. Otherwise, some people say, oh, I went in the temple, I had this vision. How did you get it if it is not there? Many people come, many experiences they have. That means it is there all the time. Only we should be receptive to that. That is the end. So today we have short though. We have discussed verse 48, 49, and 50. 40. And that is about how to cross the Maya according to Bhakti Yoga. Okay, now I end here. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Sri Ram Krishna Arpanamastu. Now I will go for a few questions, but I do not know how many. What?
The question is there.
Question is here. Let me see. What? What does it really mean to give up the fruits of action? Example, if the work we did not yield a good result in office, then what do we say to Thakur? What should be our attitude? Yes, we do our best. If it is officially, there are one boss in the office. You will have to talk to the boss. Yes, this happened, that happened, whatever the physical reasons. But we will have to say, in a spiritual sense, that you are doing Lord's work. So when you have done your best, I did it and it didn't succeed. Okay, this negative result, whatever come, I offer it to you. Good result has come, I offer it to you. I don't keep anything on my pocket. So I should not be frustrated. I should not give up my sleep tonight. Oh, I could not get this work done and my efforts were all lost. No, no, no. I have given to God and God alone. So I need not have to be responsible for those. So if we can offer sincerely to God, then we become free from it. Work's result will come. Good result may come, but when it good result come, we will have to say, "Oh Lord, thanks to you. It is yours, not mine. You make me an instrument. I did only as an instrument of yours." Instrument does not take the credit. Huh? This instrument does not take the blame. Instrument does not take the credit. We take the name blame. We take the credit because our ego is there. So machine has no ego. So let us. The whole idea is to be machine-like, a machine of Ramakrishna. You think that you are a machine of Ramakrishna, and Ramakrishna has utilized you this way, and your machine did its best. Sincere should be there. I am doing my best or not. If I don't do my best, I'll have to do. How can I do the best? But if you do your best and things didn't turn up, okay, thank God. I offer it to you. This failure, what is there? I am not responsible for that. Machine is not responsible whether the car hits the other car, runs very well, and maneuvers the car. It is maneuvering person's responsibility. So you are the maneuvering person in my heart. Oh Lord, I offer everything to you. Guide me, guide me, guide me, and become free. Acha, then what? When we have forgotten to offer the fruits of action and have a resulting unsteady mind, what can we do or say to let go of them? Yes, we should be there also, we should be proud, we should be strong to say, hey, why am I? Why I am forgetting that I am not the master? God is the master. Ramakrishna is my master. Christ is my master. So it is I'm doing for him. I forgot it. Oh Lord, don't give me this forgetfulness. So I can remember that it is your action, your effort. Whatever you wanted me to do, I did with my best ability. Make me a better instrument. That's why the Saint Francis prayer, make me a better instrument of peace. Eh? So say where there is hatred, show love. That's why the Saint Francis prayer, to make me better instrument. This instrument is not good because it has angularities, ego, emotion, arrogance, pride. So these are instruments. This machine does not work well because of that. Make it pure. Make me an instrument in thy hand, O Lord. So that should be our sincere prayer. And with that prayer, God will do whatever is to be done. So anyhow, so I don't find many other question. So yeah, so the thing is that we should be sincere, we should be prayerful, and we should give our best. And we will have to think that I am not the master. I am the only instrument. Make me make me an instrument in your hand so that I follow your instruction, not my ego. Whatever karma you bring in my life, as an instrument, let me do the best and let me think of you. Let me think of you. You may get me done and let me think of you. So I think that should be the attitude for our. Sorry for our the other other channel that didn't work. By Vedanta voice, Vedanta Vedanta.org YouTube channel that didn't work. Something has happened. So we are sorry for that, but you can come to Voice of Vedanta and we'll post it from Voice of Vedanta soon to have the entire discussion in the Vedanta.org channel also afterwards. Thank you for joining. Jaima. Next class is our 7:30. We will be talking about 7:30. There's Shanti Gita, song of peace. Like Bhagavad Gita, it is the same with Krishna advising to Arjuna when his son Abhimanyu was killed in the battlefield on the 13th day of the war. So we'll be at 7:30 that class. And you can download that material from our website. Thank you.
Thank you, Swamiji. What is Karima? What's happening to Karima?
Yeah, we have to inquire about him hard.
Yeah, I called her, but she doesn't answer the phone at all.
Oh.
Just only the answering machine.
Oh.
That's